Hi, I'm a local hippie, and today I've got a bag of books to unhaul with you all. So, this is going to be a quick little video. Um, Let me preface this by saying I started out this past weekend. What? This past week to only buy two books. Somehow I ended up buying seven. Oh, eight. I ended up buying eight books, which, you know, uh, I'm gonna put the quote of like exactly how I feel by Desiderius Erasmus, and that's exactly how I feel in this situation. It is what it is. Whenever I have a little money, first I buy books, then I buy food, type of situation. Anyway, the first book is going to be The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. It's a very slim volume, and that's the main reason why I picked it up. That and because I collect penguin black spines. So I want every single one of them that is in existence if I could get my hands on them. So I'm going to read the blurb. The prince shocked Europe on publication with its advocacy of ruthless tactics for gaining absolute power and its abandonment of conventional morality. Niccolo Machiavelli came to be regarded by some as an agent of the devil, and his name taken for the intriguer Machiavelli of Jacobean tragedy. For his treatise on statecraft, Machiavelli drew upon his own experience of office under the turbulent Florentine Republic, rejecting traditional values of political theory and recognizing the complicit, transient nature of political life. Concerned not with lofty ideals, but with a regime that would last, the prince has become the Bible of a real politic, and still retains its power to alarm and instruct. The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. Ladies and gentlemen, book number one. These are in no particular order, by the way. The next one, I'm just pulling them right out of the bag. I got three books by this author, so the next two are going to be by Natsume Soseki. I hope I pronounced that right. It does have a little accent, I guess, over top, and I don't know what that sounds like. So yeah. um so here's the book. I'll probably put all of these on the screen because I'm using my front camera. I don't think that these are um yeah, they're backwards. So here's the blurb. No collection of Japanese literature is complete without Kokoro, the last novel Natsume Soseki finished before his death in 1916, published here in the first New English translation in more than 50 years. Kokoro, meaning heart, is the story of a subtle and poignant friendship between two unnamed characters, a young man on an enigmatic elder whom he calls Sensei. Haunted by tragic secrets that have cast a long shadow over his life, Sensei slowly opens up to his young disciple, confessing indiscretions from his own student days that have left him reeling with guilt and revealing in the seemingly unabridgeable chasm between his moral anguish and his student's struggle to understand it. The profound cultural shift from one generation to the next that characterized Japan in the early 20th century. Kokoro by Natsume Soseki. Next, we've got Bachan by the same author. Here's the blurb. Bachan is a modern young man from the Tokyo metropolis sent to the ultra traditional Matsuyama district as a maths teacher after the death of his parents. Cynical, rebellious, and immature, Bachan finds himself facing several tests from the pupils, prone to playing tricks on their new, naive teacher, the staff, vain, immoral, and in danger of becoming a bad influence on Bachan, and from his own, as of as yet unformed nature as he finds his place in the world. One of the most popular novels in Japan, where it is considered a classic of adolescence, Botchan is as funny, poignant, and memorable as it was when first published over 100 years ago. That's Botchan. And last for this author, we have Kusa Makura. Kusa Makura, I believe. And here's the blurb. Natsume Saseki's Katsumakura follows its nameless young artist narrator on a meandering walking tour of the mountains. At the inn at a hot spring resort, he has a series of mysterious encounters with Nami, the lovely young daughter of the establishment. Nami, or Beauty, is the center of this elegant novel, the still point around which the artist moves, and his enigmatic subject of Saseki's word painting. In the author's words, Kusu Makura is a haiku style novel that lives through beauty. Okay, so we're down to the last book in this list, and this one is chunky, and this is probably the one I'm most excited to start reading because it is an essay, but I believe it's broken down into smaller segments that I plan to read at night, and I will come onto this channel and talk about them and kind of summarize them, the portions of this essay. And that's going to be an essay concerning human understanding by John Locke. I read the back of this and I was like, I must have it. I must have it. Yeah, I must have it. So here is the blurb. In an essay concerning human understanding, first published in 1690, John Locke provides a complete account of how we acquire mathematical, natural, scientific, religious, and ethical knowledge. Rejecting the theory that some knowledge is innate, Locke argues that it derives from sense perceptions and experience, as analyzed and developed by reason. While defending these central claims with vigorous common sense, Locke offers many incidental reflections on space and time, meaning, free will, and personal identity. The result is a pioneering work which, together with Descartes' works, largely sets the agenda for modern philosophy. I read that and I was like, yes, please. So I will be digging into this here soon. So, yeah, those are the 5 books that I bought from Barnes and Noble. And my goal here is to maybe not buy any more books this year and kind of work through my Penguin Classics collection and through my physical TBR, but mostly my Penguin Classics or other classic literature this year. And then everything else just kind of falls into place. Whatever else I decide to read. So, yeah, let me know if any of these books sound interesting to you or if you've read anything from this list in the comments below. And with that, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good evening. And most importantly, I hope you read a good book. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.